The first of the week really kicked off with a pretty good snowstorm. My intentions were to work on the siding, but when I got up to the property, we'd already had about 4 inches of fresh snow. Me and Ruger sat around the wood stove for most of the day waiting for the storm to blow out. The next day it was clear as a bell, but it's about 10:30 in the morning and the sun is still not over the hill. This will be a battle we will fight most of the winter months up here. It's really not an ideal location for solar. We'll have to supplement with wind generators and maybe even a backup generator as needed. Once we're living full-time, we'll start to figure these things out. But the focus this week was to be the siding. The way the weather changes so fast right now, I was quite paranoid about getting the siding up before another storm blew in. I went ahead and put the stain on the siding and put it directly up instead of giving it a couple of days to dry out, which probably would have been better. But the front of the siding is what I'm more concerned about. I've been putting the stain on all of the sides before putting it up. But come early summer, I will definitely put at least one more coat on this side as well as the addition side, because those two sides get more sunlight than the rest of the house. When I bought the 1x12s, it came in 14, 16, and 20 foot lengths. I've tried to use all the 14-foot lengths up first, saving the longer lengths for the addition horizontal siding. I'm getting down to where I've only got 6 or 8 pieces left, and I'm trying to be quite conservative with the siding, as I'm afraid I'm going to be short. Now myself and Cedar have decided that the lower few feet of the house will end up being some sort of an accent. I think we like the corrugated tin and will likely use that old tin that I got as some sort of an accent, but I don't want it to look hodgepodge and thrown together, so we'll have to consider this. But in the meantime, I'm not going to put any siding any lower than about that 4-foot mark for now. Between the horizontal siding and the vertical siding, I put a piece of S channel, which in theory, if water did get behind the vertical siding, it would run out before going behind the horizontal siding. I did that on the other side of the house as well, and I feel like it was a wise decision to do that, so I went ahead and installed those same pieces on this end. The wind is quite interesting up here. It seems to follow the road right up the valley, but part of the reason my solar panels are not as vulnerable as they would be if we were in town or somewhere flat is the wind seems to blow over the trees. Regardless, I think I've decided to use a little bit of a chinking material that's a polyurethane based caulking type material to seal any cracks or any knot holes that have been knocked out, and just kind of do everything I can to make it as close to watertight as I can on this end. I started to get the scaffolding out and set it up so I'd have a better base to work from, but it was under about 2 feet of snow, and I'm not sure where all the bolts are, so I decided to go ahead and work off my trusty ladder. The Mesmer's stain that I'm using is an oil-based stain, and it's very thin. It goes a long ways, but it really soaks in quite well as I'm doing this. Now again, a best case scenario would be some sort of a temperature controlled shop with some plastic down where I could put the stain down and let it sit for 2 or 3 days before installing it, but I just didn't have that kind of time to work with. I was able to buy about 25 gallons of this particular color for a really good price, so I still have another 10 gallons left that I can use as needed over the coming years. I'm done with all the siding on the south end of the house. As far as the hard stuff, I still need to do the batten strips, but more than anything, I just wanted to figure out how much siding I'm going to have left. I got it done. It was a beautiful day today, very warm, surprisingly warm. What I've decided to do is places where I've got like knot holes that have fallen out, things like that, I'm going to use a colored polyurethane chinking type caulking stuff to fill that stuff in. It's character. I like it. It's really pretty. I can't wait to get the windows trimmed out and really get everything finished up. But I think I'm going to have enough siding. I deliberately didn't finish this in because I can't decide if we're going to do a 3-foot or a 4-foot, what do you call it, an accent with the corrugated tin or the stucco stone. So I'm going to have to remove these pieces on this end here. I got to get cedar up here to help me decide if we're going to do a 3-foot or a 4-foot accent on the lower part of the wall. Cedar and Sage and Cheyenne are down in Arizona for the weekend. I've got a niece that's getting married, so I'm playing Mr. Mom, so I need to get back into town. Rhett's currently watching Callie and Reed, but the hard part's done. Weather still looks good for next week. There's a couple days of snow, although it changes every 30 minutes, it seems like. But I'm excited to have all this stuff done. What I'm going to do on Monday is just finish up with the siding on the addition side, and I may cut that back door in. That's something I also want to get done. And then it's time to get super focused on the plumbing and the electrical. Get back inside, finish framing up the bedrooms. I ordered this window right here that I had to crawl through the other day, but it's 2 weeks out, and so I'm still kind of at the mercy of that. I can't do the siding around that till it's here. So anyway, things are moving forward. I love the way this Doug fir turned out. I can't wait to have all the batten strips up and be finished with it. I've had to put a little bit of backing in to have something to nail off to. Obviously on the addition, because it'll be horizontal, I won't have to worry about that, and I can just use the studs, the 16-inch studs, 16 on center studs. But back door, I would like to get that in, and obviously have a second point of entrance into the house. It's something that's got to be done. I can't finish the siding right there until that's at least cut out. So anyway, me and Ruger are headed home to go try and pretend like we know how to cook. So